Hi guys, it's Irene's Braids and I am back with another video. So in this tutorial, I'll be doing some traditional box braids, but instead of doing square parting, we will be doing triangular parting. So what I did was I applied a little bit of even braid gel to the roots of her hair, and then I combed it through the rest of her strands. And the reason being is because it helps control the hair as we part out our triangular parts. So I've already started parting towards the left side of her head, and I started parting at an angle. So now that I've done that, I will part out the second part towards the right side of her head at an angle. And I will continue to keep swapping angles left and right until I can complete my first row. So in this first row, we have about 5 to 6 parts. And I do not mean that you should do 5 to 6 parts. It's more so because of the size of her head. So if you have a client whose head may be a little bit bigger than my clients, then you may have more parts to do. So you will continue to do it left to right until you finish out the entire row of parting, like so. So I use approximately 7 bundles of Expressions braiding hair. And we did use the color 2. So what I did here is I did a crossover method by making sure that each side of braiding hair was consistent as far as in the weight of the hair, so that way that when I braid in the braid, it will be consistent with the same sizes. So to do your crossover method, you want to make 3 legs. And to make 3 legs, you are going to take 2 pieces of braiding hair, cross them over as a cross, but then you're going to combine one side of those legs into one braid and then leave the other 2 legs by itself to create 2 legs. All right, you guys, so this is what your 3 legs should look like. Now I'm going to go ahead and section the hair in between my index and thumb finger. When I grab onto my client's hair, I am going to take all of her natural hair, place it in between my index and thumb finger as I'm holding the braiding hair. It should look like this. Now you're going to take your left index finger and then you want to push it through over in the middle, and then take the right top piece of the braiding hair, secure it with your index and thumb finger to hold it into place, and then you're going to take that top right piece and then bring it down. And as you're bringing it down, your right hand now swaps and you push your right index and thumb finger through to grab hold of the hair that you had in your left hand, and you're going to keep swapping out each index and thumb finger until it is braided in thoroughly. Now I'm going to replay this again while playing music over it, and I'm going to make sure it's slowed down like so that way you can pick up this method. guys, so I would have completed approximately about 3 to 4 rows towards the back. I like to start U-shaping my parts once I get above the ear. So above the top of the ear, I will start to U-shape my parts. So I have about one more row to part straight across for my third row, as you see here. Now that my third row is completed with the triangular part box braids, I will then start to U-shape my parts for my fourth row. And as I U-shape this fourth row, I will have about 3 to 4 more rows at the top to do before I start to complete my middle part. All right, you guys, so now that we've reached the top of her head and I am now doing my middle part, I want to say that we have approximately about 7 braids that we'll need to complete. I like to make sure that I mirror out my parting exactly the same as I did on the opposite side of my client's head. So this particular client that I'm doing will probably be about 6 to 7 braids, but I would definitely make sure that you part out your rows first before you start to braid, because your client may need either less or more braids depending on their head size. So as you see here, I'm making sure that my parts are even and consistent. Let's continue watching. All right, you guys, so we've completed our 6th braid. I did skip the 5th braid, and I only do that because sometimes I like to make sure that I am not messing up my parts. So I will jump around, so please ignore that. As you can see here, the style is complete, and look how beautiful it looks. That is amazing, you guys, and that is how your traditional box braid should look. This is what top dollar braid should look like. So with that being said, I hope that you enjoyed this video. And if you did, please drop some comments in the comment section, leave some likes, and please subscribe. And if you would like to book an appointment with me, you can click the link in the description box below. I am located in Suwanee, Georgia, and I only book by appointments only. Until next time, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Bye, guys.